All right, this is question mark, and it is November 20th, the release day for Commander Legends, and I have here a draft booster box of the set that I will be opening on camera. Also, for pre-ordering a booster box, I got a Mana Confluence, which I don't know how expensive it still is, but that's very nice. I got a foil new art Mana Confluence along with it. But let's go ahead and open this thing up. So I remember hearing that there was a way to get a promo Baron Sangir, but I don't remember hearing what that method was. Do we just get one in the box? I don't know. Oh, okay. My box has a little damage here, but cards inside are probably okay. That's what the cardboard is there for, to protect... Well, this cardboard's there to protect the cardboard I care about. Although, there's that corner there. Okay. Well, I already know about all of this stuff. Crinkly there. Zer, what are you doing here? I think Zer might be one of the foil-etched cards. Okay, so we got a lot of packs, and they are hefty packs too. You may have seen 20 card draft boosters, because if I was drafting this, I guess you get 2 cards each time that you make a pick from a pack. So, wow, that's... That's a lot of packs. Also, just as a little bit of a tease, in the next video, I'll be opening a collector's booster box. So, something to look forward to for the second one. But, for now, opening these. A lot of things to be excited about in here. Honestly, Commander Legends looks like an amazing set. Just pretty much everything I could have hoped for when it comes to new commanders, new cards for commanders, good reprints and such.
I think it's the coolest set so far that I've seen since starting playing.
Yeah. Okay, so starting with Bladebrand, Crimson Fleet Commodore. Okay, one of the new pirates. They definitely double down on the pirates. Sailor of Memes. Okay. Soul's Might, that's fine. Boarding Party. Okay, and a lot of these cards are going to be reprints, things I already have. Annoyed Altasaur, something I don't already have. It's a brand new card, and I am big on dinosaurs, although I have a Geshoth deck where I get out dinosaurs for free, and if you get out this dinosaur for free, you don't cascade, and that's a little sad. But I might play it anyway, just because it's still a 6/5 trample reach. That's a decent body. If I get it for free, I probably won't be sad. And if I pay for it, I get something else for free. So, even though it's a common, especially if I get like a foil of it, I'll probably play it. I'll try it out anyway. Alright, we got some elf stuff, we got some fall from favor. There's a lot of little stories about a lot of these commons, interesting things, but I'll try to keep it moving for now. Okay, Rings of Bright Hearth. Great hit right off the bat. One of the, I think, top 10 most valuable cards in the set. Back from Lorwyn originally. I did already have one, so I'm not, over the moon personally, but I love having up-to-date rules, text, and stuff, so I might replace my old Rings of Bright Hearth with it. Plus, I might have it in more than one deck, so might have real ones instead of proxies in my extra decks. So, excellent, excellent. Maybe that is a good spot for these. Togo, very cool. I like Togo. Saw him in the latest episode of Game Nights, and he did great things. I'm glad Josh was able to squeeze some power out of him. Tuya, not as exciting. Foil Doom Traveler, that's nice. Golem Token. Okay, well, I'll keep the foils separate there. Alright, pack one down, and so far, very, very worth it. I forget how much this whole box was, like 130 or something like that.
How much is Rings of Brightheart play for?
I don't know currently. The prices on a lot of these things change. I believe before it was reprinted, it was something like $50, maybe even 60. But now, I would expect it to be probably half that. Okay, we got some normal commons, Armory of Erois. Okay. Ambush Viper, some diamonds. Love the art on the diamonds, although at this point I feel like Commanders kind of move beyond the need for diamonds for the most part. Maybe in a deck that plays tons of rocks, or that's like mono white, maybe you need it, I don't know. But love stuff with the Monarchy. I like Armillary Sphere. I guess a lot of people don't, but I do. A downshift from a rare on that Daring Saboteur. Good, that's not rare anymore. Revenant, also downshift from a rare. That's good. Brass Herald, also downshift from a rare, I think. Sakashima's Protege, interesting. Okay. Cascade Flash enters the battlefield as a copy of any permanent that entered the battlefield this turn. Okay, I'm not sure what I'll use it for, but neat. And a rare. And Rogrock, Son of Roga. This guy's fun. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him, but I love him. 0 mana, 0/1. It's such a troll. Literally a kobold, though. So, very cool, very cool. And Kangi. Alright, there's going to be some brainstorming with Kangi later, I think, maybe, as a Flying Matters kind of commander. Not super powerful, but pretty cool. And a foil Sanitarium skeleton. Okay, a zombie token. Yeah, this is just off camera over here. Okay. Alright, Sakashima's Protege, not a valuable card, I don't think. But that's fine. I'm still way ahead from the Rings of Brightheart. And, you know, I'm not opening these as a, like, investment. I'm not going to turn around and sell these right away. A lot of these cards are brand new. So I like just building up a collection of them. A lot of them that are being reprinted have new borders or new art or updated rules text, and I like that stuff. So just the bulk is nice, except for Sisei's Ring. Didn't need Sisei's Ring. I mean, like how much mana does Sol Ring have to cost before it's fair? Somebody decided the answer is 4. And maybe that's true, but we have Sol Rings, so oh well. Perilous Mirror, cute. Fencing Ace, Burnished Heart, I need foils of this. I've got Burnished Heart in a lot of decks, so I could use foils of it. Slaughter the Strong, downshift from rare. I think I play that in my Walls deck. Sakashima's Will. This is one of the if you control your commander do both things. Okay. Most of these are pretty good, but the blue one, target opponent chooses a creature they control, you gain control of it. Okay, they give you a creature of their choice? Choose a creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. That could be powerful, but I haven't heard people talking about this being like valuable, really. So, Breaches is cool. There's a lot of good pirates in this set. Anara is kind of cool. Very pretty, very elegant. Kitesail Courser. Oh, what was it? There was some deck that I was looking at recently actually playing Kitesail Courser. I think it was the Zara pirate deck was maybe going to be playing Kitesail Courser because it has evasion and is a pirate. Not totally sold on that, but maybe. Dragon Mantle, red enchantment for 1 mana that draws a card. It has other text, I think, but that's why you play it. Jalum, Champion of the Flame, Haven Survivor, Finclade Fugitives, Eyeblight's Massacre. Okay, it's excellent at common. Pilgrim's Eye, that's another one. I play in a couple of decks. I want foils. Cage of Hands, Entourage of Trust, Malfield Twins, Terramorphic Expanse. I play in a couple of decks. I want foils. Gimme. Iona's Judgment, kind of garbage. Valve Lightning. Oh, this makes me happy. Because I need more Valve Lightning. I actually enchanted somebody's creature with my Valve Lightning like a year ago, and then found that my deck had 99 cards in it instead of 100, because they walked off with my Vow of Lightning. And it was from the original Commander set, and I don't think it was ever reprinted after that. So kind of hard to find, even though it was worth like a quarter. So glad to get a new one. That's nice. Guildless Commons. I mean, I'm sure they'll be useful in something. Victimize. Cool. Okay. Court of Ambition. Okay. You become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 3 life unless they discard a card. If you are the monarch, instead, each opponent loses 6 life unless they discard 2 cards. Well, I want to like it because black getting card draw on an enchantment is nice. You like having those incremental advantage cards. You like draining your opponent's life. That's nice too. But the fact that they can get rid of it or disregard it by discarding cards, I mean, your opponent's always going to choose whichever option's least bad for them. So you'll never... It doesn't do what you want exactly. I'm not super high on this one. I'm high on some of the other courts. Especially the green one, but also the white one. Glacian. See, I don't like this guy. I don't like Glacian. Because not only is he like 6 mana, and he has to tap, and tap some artifacts you control. So, what is this? Turn 6, you're playing him, and then you wait till turn 7? Ugh, not super into that. And then you look at X cards, and you put one of them in your hand. So you draw 1 card. I guess you put the rest in your graveyard, and that could be useful, but I mean, if it's like an Artifact Matters blue commander, you may have heard of Urza, and he might be slightly better than this. Plus, I read the books, and Glacian's kind of a loser. So, I don't know. Get out of here. Jared Carthalion. This card's cool. I just heard about his story, his backstory. I like his backstory a lot. And I like that he gives your opponent the monarchy, and you can't take it back that turn. But you've got to take it back before it does anything useful. So I've heard some people trash-talking Jared here, saying that he sucks. And he's not a particularly strong commander, and that you got to jump through a couple of hoops. But they're interesting hoops that should encourage unique deck design and be rewarding. If you put something like Pariah or Pariah Shield on this guy, or even just give him Vigilance, so no one can like attack you without you getting Jared in the way. I mean, and you've got to have some stuff to steal the monarchy, but I don't know. This could be fun. If I don't see anyone else building this, I might build this. And a foil Briarblade Adept. Don't really care about the elf. All right. And I was just thinking, you know, these might start going a little faster because I'll start to see, you know, more of the same cards and stuff. But there are more cards in this set, more different cards in this set than in a normal set. So there won't be as many repeats. A bunch of, like, decent commons there that people might play in something. I play Wild Size in a deck. I'm not sure if I still play Charcoal Diamond, but I have. Command Tower, always like it, but really want a foil one. Really want an extended art one. Come on, I hope I find one later. Spectral Searchlight, I love it. I love that they've updated the text on it a little bit. And actually, I'm a sucker for this bar they put between the rules text and the flavor text. I don't know why. I like that bar. Vow of Wildness, nice. Scaled Behemoth, Hexproof Crocodile, Confiscate, don't love it. Akroma's Will, yes, excellent, love it. Okay, Akroma's Will is going in things. Akroma's Will is good. People are saying that it's like next best thing to Teferi's Protection. At 4 mana, that's kind of pushing it a bit. It does give all of your creatures lifelink, indestructible, and protection from all colors. That's sick. Also, when do you really want to protect all of your creatures? Probably when you already have your commander out. At least one of them. And then you would also give all creatures you control flying, vigilance, and double strike. This card is sick. In some cases it might be a win more, but I like that it has a defensive option, like a board wipe protection. Should be good and stuff. Also, I like Dargo. I think he's fun. I want Dargo to be my friend. Also reminds me of Farscape, because there's a character in that named Dargo. And he's kind of a big, brutish, strong man, but he becomes cool. Siani, Eye of the Storm, don't really care, except maybe with the Scries turn into draws commander. And there it is, foil dinosaur. I think there's only like 2 dinosaurs in this set, and neither of them are like that good for my dinosaur deck. But foil dinosaur makes me happy. I wasn't sure if I was going to play it, but since I got a foil, I think I should.
I like the art in it too.
Yeah, it's harassing some siren. Okay, we got Wild Celebrants, Scrap Diver Serpent, Molder Beast, okay. Preordain, that's nice. Viscera Seer, play a lot of Viscera Seer in some decks. Soulfire, Farhaven Elf, that's another one. This hasn't been reprinted in a real set since ever. It was in Shadowmoor. You could find foils in Shadowmoor. And after that, it was reprinted only in like commander sets. So it was not available in foil. I'm really, really hoping to get a foil one here, because like a normal copy of the card's like $1, a foil one's like $6. And it's a common that's been reprinted, but only in non-foil for a long time. And I play it in multiple decks, so I'm happy about that. Commander Sphere, still play it a bit. 3 mana rocks are not the new hotness, but still play it a bit. Quombage Witches, love that Seb McKinnon art being printed in paper for the first time. Magus of the Order, okay, interesting. I just watched Gavin Verhey's video about that this morning, and it's neat. I don't know if I'm going to play it in anything, because one of the main reasons why you would play Natural Order is because you can sacrifice the creature, immediately go get another creature, put it onto the battlefield. Magus of the Order ruins that as you play it, and then you wait. Unless you have some way of giving a haste already. And if you do have a way of giving a haste, you have to pay 1 more mana, and someone could potentially interrupt it by killing it. So Magus of the Order, I don't think it's a good card, but alright, rare. Ambition of Llanowar. Now, I have never been interested in building an elf deck for Commander. Until now. When it's an elf horror, it's like an elf ball. Everyone's been talking about elf balls for years. This is the elf ball. Also reminds me of a bit from the video game Inside, if any of you have played that. Love this. If I get a foil one or an etched one, I'm probably building an elf deck. Oh, okay. Achroma, Vision of Ixidor. That is super nice. Is she like the most powerful commander on her own? Not necessarily. It's a little awkward that she's a partner. You know, so she has to find some partner. But you know what? That actually ends up helping. I like her in theory with Rogrock, actually, because Rogrock has what is it? First Strike and Menace and I don't remember, Trample maybe, and Partner. Rogrock has 4 of these abilities, and so we'll get +4/+4, and he costs 0. So if you can get out a Chroma, ramp into a Chroma or something, then Rogrock is very strong. We saw this on the latest game nights. Not going to tell you what happened, but and she's a mythic, and that's excellent. I'm very happy. Plus, I read all the books from Onslaught block and Odyssey block and all those, and oh yeah, First Strike, Menace, Trample, Partner. So 4 abilities that she cares about. So that's cool. Let's see. Impulsive Pilfer. Got a little bit of a roller mark on this one, but it's pretty subtle. Makes a treasure. Hey, there's a treasure. But only when it dies, and it has Encore. See, I don't know. I was tempted to, like, oh, I'll put it in my Kiki-Jiki deck, because it's red, and it makes treasures, and that's great. I can make a copy of it. The copy dies, and I get a treasure. But it's just 1. And only when it dies. So on its own, it doesn't do anything. I don't think it's worth it. Not for my Kiki-Jiki deck, anyway. Because I don't have a reliable way of making sure that it dies other than the token. And the token doesn't come out until I'm already threatening to win the game with my combo-tastic commanders, so it doesn't really fit. Angelic Gift. Dund Operative. Is this a new card, actually, or is this a reprint from Kaladesh block? Because what the heck is Dund? I don't remember ever hearing about Dund. I've been playing a long time, paying quite a bit of attention to lore and stuff, so someone maybe can tell me what Dund is. Portent of Betrayal. Ooh, might play that in Ink Treader, getting a bunch of scries. Okay, Palisandal Ambush Viper, Marble Diamond, Thorn of the Black Rose. Love this in things like Shirei. I might even be putting that into my mono black deck just because Death Touch makes her a great blocker, and having the Monarchy, well, I mean, she gives you the Monarchy and then protects it pretty well. That's nice. Very good common, really. Armillary Sphere, you know I like it. Supreme Will's alright. Orzhov Advocates, glad to see that reprinted, but I'm already not playing it in the one deck it would make sense in. Lore Seeker Stone, I don't know about that one. Coercive Recruit. Okay, so 5 mana, 4/3, whenever she or another pirate enters the battlefield under your control, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. Until end of turn, it gains haste and becomes a pirate in addition to its other types. So, I just mentioned I do have a Kiki-Jiki deck. This literally goes infinite with Kiki-Jiki. Just like Zealous Conscripts does, and a bunch of other things. But this is basically Zealous Conscripts, but cares about pirates. So, yeah, I'm 100% going to be playing this. That deck is not fair. It is competitive. I'm not trying to be nice with that one. I do play infinite combos in that one deck. Radiant, neat, but at 7 mana, I don't want to have a commander that costs 7, especially not in green or something. So a little clunky. Captain Vargas Wrath, also a little clunky that all the multicolor commanders in this set do not have partner, because this guy really wishes he has partner, because he's not that great on his own, but probably good in the 99 of some pirate deck. And Warden of Evos Isle, good in a Flying Matters deck. I don't know. We've been brainstorming a Flying Matters deck, so I think that one's on the list. Now I've got a shiny one. Okay. I'm trying to remember, trying to keep an eye on the centering in the frame here a little bit, and also not to shake the cards too much, because I tend to do that when I'm talking, I think. Let's see, because I like people to be able to read, especially some of the new cards when they become available, or what the rare ones or something when they come up. Armorcraft Judge, Rakshasa Debaser. Okay. So we got a cat demon, 6 mana, 6/6. When it attacks, put a creature card from defending player's graveyard into the battlefield under your control. That's pretty good, but you want it to have haste, of course. 6 mana, 6/6. Yeah, 6 mana, 6/6, cat demon. Yeah, indeed. Number of the cat beast. Well, number of the cat demon in this case. So that's a great ability, but you've got to attack. So you pay 6 mana, you set on the battlefield, and you cross your fingers for the turn. Nah, that's a sucker's game. You won't be playing this, I think, in Chainer, I think it's Dementia Master, the red-black one. That should be sweet. Lots of ways of giving it haste in that deck. And then also bring it back from the grave and doing it over again, encoring. Should be perfect in that deck. Other things, I don't know. Probably not valuable, I doubt it. Prava, one of the few cats in this deck, and doesn't care about cat decks. It's a soldier commander, just happens to be a cat. Creature tokens get +1/+4. Okay. Armix, I don't like this guy much either. I mean, he's an uncommon card, so I mean he's never going to be that good. But 3 mana, 3/2. When he attacks, you have to discard a card, or they. I really doubt that's a he. Looking at the art, that's a pile of metal. I don't like this card. I'm getting out of here. Sky Diamond. I think it's very pretty. Not sure if I'll play it in anything, but it's very pretty. And the Prismatic Piper. Cool. I love this art. This is good art. I really wish that the commander had a little bit more play to it. Like, I know it's supposed to be kind of a basic commander with kind of nothing to it. But since it's a shapeshifter, I wish that in addition to choosing whatever color you want, what if you got to choose whatever creature type you want, and it's like a shapeshifter and that. Then it could be an Aurochs, and then care about your Aurochs, or it could be an Elemental, or whatever, and no other bonuses, you know, so it doesn't actually add to its inherent power at all. But, I don't know, just a thought. And then Salamander Warrior. Can't wait to play some Salamander Warriors. There's that guy who's like a conspiracy theorist for salamanders. I think he's super cool, and if I get like if I get a normal one, that seems to be my rule of thumb. If I get a normal one, that's nice. If I didn't already have a plan for some normal card, then that's nice. If I have a plan for it, like if I already have a deck, ooh, Fintorn Elves, nice. Then great. It's great to get a normal version of a card. I'll put it in a deck. But if I get a foil one, that's a compelling reason for me to force it, to make a deck so that I can play it. Frenzied Saddlebrute. There's something special about this card. I'm trying to remember. 5 mana, 5/4, haste. Somehow not a pirate. All creatures can attack your opponents and planeswalkers your opponents control, as though those creatures had haste. Ooh! Ooh! So it gives everybody haste, but only for attacking everybody else. Who do we know who likes diplomatic cards like that encourage attacking? Oh yeah, it's me. This is going in my Xantcha deck, I think. This is cool. I like this card a lot. Court of Ire. Okay, so this is the red one, the red court. The black one, was it less mana, or didn't I? There, yeah. The black court was 4 mana, and this one's 5, so that's a little rude. I made this court more expensive because it's a red card that draws cards, maybe? I don't know. During your upkeep, it deals 2 damage to any target. 2 damage to any target. That's not a ton of damage, but any target's pretty versatile. I'm sure you can always find a good target. If you're the Monarch, it deals 7. That's a lot of damage. That'll kill just about anything. Still, like, comes out turn 5, draws you a card, and then you get to 2 something every turn. I think there are decks where this is good. I'm not sure I have one, but there are decks where this is good. Alina. I'm sure that someone can make Alina work, but this whole, you know, add an amount of mana equal to the greatest power among creatures you control that entered the battlefield this turn. That's the part that gets me. That entered the battlefield this turn. So if you don't have a new creature to play every turn and she doesn't make mana, I'm not about it. Slurk. Slurk's a cool dude. I don't want to talk more about him right now, though. Eyeblight Assassin's alright. Angel Token, whatever. Okay. Move that a little bit down into, yeah, something like that. Okay. Just okay. Universal Solvent. Defiant Salvager. Okay, Own Speaker, Inspiring Roar, Malakut Invoker, Elvish Visionary, like that for the Elf Ball deck. Exquisite Huntmaster, like that for the Elf Ball deck. Path of Ancestry, could always use more of those. That card's really good. Let's see. I like also ruling on this. When that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with your commander, scry 1. Just so you know, your commander shares a creature type with your commander and will scry you 1. So that's nice. Workshop Assistant, Kodak Shredder, Meteoric Mace. I've heard some people really like this Meteoric Mace. I'm like, 6 mana, equipped creature gets +4/+0, and then equips for 4. So 4 red up here. That's a ton of mana. And then the equip cost is very high, and gives a fair amount of power, but no toughness. And then Cascade. And I have to assume that people only really like it for the Cascade. But gosh, I don't want to put a card like this in my deck. It's kind of a nothing card by itself. I don't know. Nadir's Nightblade. I heard some people talking about maybe playing this in Shirei, but I think that you'd have to have a version of Shirei where you specifically make lots of tokens. And sure, sometimes you get the token cards in Shirei, but a lot of times you don't. So I'm not sold on that. Wrong turn. That's my rare. Okay. This card's silly. I wanted to play it in my Ink Treader Nephilim deck, but Ink Treader says that you have to have a spell with just one target. And this says target opponent and target creature, so it doesn't work. Oh well. And not a valuable card, and I'm not sure what I'm going to use. Oh, I saw something. Malcolm, that's cool. I'm glad that for once they make a creature with a name like Malcolm, and they just spell it like the actual name. Like, there's a creature in this set people have been calling Lisa, but it like has an extra E in it. So it shouldn't be Lisa, because Lisa doesn't have an E, but this does. So it should be something different, right? But this is Malcolm, spelled like Malcolm, so you know it's Malcolm. And then there's Jared Carthalion, who, like, you know, was designed by a comic book designer, so I guess he didn't care about the same naming convention. So you know it's just Jared. But then we have guys like Belborka. How do you... Nobody has a name like Belborka. But I think I remember him from the story, and he was kind of a cool character. I think he was Agris Kos's like lieutenant, and then he dies, and then he helps solve a mystery from beyond the grave, something like that. And some people are really like not into Belborka here. They're like, oh, it's just another white-red legendary creature that like just gets bigger, so it only matters if it attacks or something. But I love that it's like exile things, the deck. So, okay. I could talk about Belborka. He's very interesting, but I buried the lead because I got an etched foil Krark the Thumbless. This is my first time seeing an etched foil in person, and yeah, gosh, the camera does not really do it justice. There's a lot of subtle texture going on this. Maybe you can see it a little bit. Yeah, but this is neat. And I know quite a bit about Krark from the stories and everything. I think it's a pretty good card. I think that some people have been underestimating this card because they're like, oh, well, you only get your spell half the time. But I think Mitch from Commander's Quarters pointed out that can be the plan. The plan can be cast your spell to trigger things. And then, whether it's countered or not, you get the trigger. And if it is actually like countered, well, effectively countered, whatever, put back in your hand, then you get to do it again. So play 1 mana instants and sorceries, and just trigger Young Pyromancer over and over again. I think that's a great plan. And then he's got partners, so you put some other color in the deck, blue, to draw more cards or something. Sure, there's a lot of good partners out there for him. You don't even necessarily have to put coin flip manipulation in there. It would be good, though. I don't know. Anyway, Aqueous Form I actually play in my Ninjas deck. I think because I pulled a foil. But also because most of the Ninjas themselves don't have evasion. And this gives them the best possible evasion for just 1 mana. And Yuriko wants to, like, she cares about the top card of your library, and scrying 1 when it attacks means that you can, you know, manipulate the top card of your library and then reveal to possibly make your opponent lose a lot of life. Flashback Marauders, cool, that's coming back in at common. Scrounging Bandar, we got a cat monkey over here. Moss Diamond. Sanitarium, Stone Fury, Stone Stormguard, that's alright. Swordjack, that's cool. Thought Vessel. Love seeing this reprinted. I heard that it was like $16 at one point. I don't think it can be worth that now, but it was a lot. And I played in a few decks, so that's good. Bio-Waste Bob. I know it's a blob, but Bio-Waste Bob. Oozes you control get +1/+1. I know someone interested in building an ooze deck. In the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a commander, create a token that's a copy of Bio-Waste Blob. I've also heard some people talking about playing this in like a mutate deck. If your commander has mutate and you like mutate it onto Blob, then it has the ability to create copies of itself, and that can get out of hand quickly. Kelith, Sunmane Familiar. I think this is a fine card. Like you've got to have a deck that cares about attacking with the commander, though. So it's probably a little narrow, maybe a little weak, but it's all right. Kark the Thumbless, but the normal version. Well, you're never going to get played. Sorry, too bad. And then a foil Ripscale Predator, which I'm glad that like we got a reprint of a dinosaur here. This is not a great dinosaur. As a dinosaur pilot, I am not much impressed by a cavalcade of common dinosaurs. But at least they're printing some. That's the frustrating thing about a tribe that mostly appeared on one plane. I feel for the Kithkin lovers out there. We've got one Kithkin in this set, and it's like, celebrate. Or the Pirates lovers. I thought, you know, Pirates, they're from Ixalan. They should be bringing back some of the dinosaurs. Well, they made one new dinosaur, I think. But Forceful Denial. Will people play this? People usually don't play counterspells in Cascade decks because it feels real bad to Cascade into a counterspell. But what if the counterspell has Cascade? I think that you're still playing a counterspell in a Cascade deck then, and it might not be good. But I don't know. Haunted Cloak. Pretty cool. Farhaven Elf. Still want a foil of you. Ancestral Blade. Fertilid's cool. Charcoal Demon's cool. Another Command Tower. That's nice. I do have a billion of them, though. First Response. What is this? 4 mana at the beginning of each upkeep. Each upkeep. So other people's upkeeps, too, okay? If you lost life last turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Okay, so the payoff's not huge. Well, you could trigger it a lot. And paying, say, 1 life to make a 1/1 token and being able to do that 4 times in a go-around, this could be good. Someone could build it, like, there's maybe a deck out there already, like a white-black deck that's paying life and making tokens and cares about them. This could be good in something, but I don't think it's anything I have. Stinger Fling Spiders, good in draft, I think. Oh, and Navenral's Disc. Okay, a classic. I do have a couple copies of it, I think, so it's not that exciting to me, but neat. And I love that Navenral is in this set, and he's wearing the disc, and he, like, combos with the disc, kind of. Arden, I'm not super excited. Kedis, I like that it's a lizard. Like this cute little lizard. And then Foil Breaches. Brazen Plunderer. Another goblin. It's a decent one. But, or another pirate, I mean. But I'm probably not going to be playing any pirate deck. So, ooh. I bumped you, sorry. Just readjusting the chair here a bit. Okay. Next pack, are we halfway through? I'm not sure we're even to the halfway point yet. I don't know. We got a Crow Dark Tidings. Mills 2 cards. Yeah. Skyraker Giant, Kitesail Courser, Gift of Paradise. Also Pilfer again. Gale Strike, Seraph of the Dawn. Ancient Animus. I might rebuild my Skullbriar deck at some point. This is a real contender for Skullbriar. Supernatural Stamina is pretty good with Xancha. Fire Diamond, I think I play in Kiki-Jiki. Opal Palace, I play in multiple things. Anything that where your commander being bigger is good, like Gashath. Pirate's Cutlass, I'm not sure it's even good in Pirates. Scholar of the Ages, it's cool. Return to Dust, I've started cutting Return to Dust from my decks. I usually play Crush Contraband over it, because the easier cost, and you always get 2 things, even at instant speed. Ooh, Hunter's Insight. This is one of those cards that I think one of my friends maybe used to play in a cat deck, and now has cat art. So now I think maybe it should be played in the cat deck again anyway, even if just for flavor reasons. So I'll set that aside. Phyrexian Triniform, 9 mana, 9/9. So we're off to a great start with a definitely easy to cast card. When it dies, you make 3 3/3s. Okay, Kikijiki's listening. Encore 12. Oh, jeez. Encore 12. That's a lot of mana. I don't know who has 12 mana lying around. But if you do, you make 3 9/9s, and then when each of those 3 9/9s dies, you get 3 more 3/3s. So you have 9 3/3s? That's a lot of power. You know what? You know what this is good with? Sneak Attack. It's probably good with Sneak Attack. My Kiki-Jiki deck plays Sneak Attack. Ray of Master Smith. Don't tell my friend Jay about this one, because it gives equipped creatures double strike, and he's likely to do that to me. I don't want him to do that to me. Essior Wardwing Familiar. Nice little bird commander. I like it. Oh, okay. We got a foil rare here. Kolfanor, The Last You. Is this... Wow, okay. Foil rare. I like this card. I don't know. I don't know if I have a ton to say about it. Maybe I have too much to say about it. I have a lot to say about a lot of these cards, so I'm going to keep it rolling. But I like that we're getting more Tree Folk. I like that Kolfanor was already a named character, and we finally get a card for it. Almost feels like anytime they name a character and then don't build a card, it's like a gap. And we're filling in the gaps. So, something satisfying about that. Plus, its ability is like, it's kind of like Soul Shift or something, but it's better. Pretty abusable with like 0 power creatures. Ones that have 0 power when they're not in the battlefield. There's a lot to it. I don't know about this card. This card's silly. I don't usually experiment too much with cards that cost like 6 mana. Mask of Memory. I really want there to be more cards like this, but different. I don't know why there aren't more like that. Reshape the Earth. Okay, so we got the 9 mana Mythic. Search your library for up to 10 land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped. Whoo, okay, so probably not best in mono green decks. Probably best in like green black or green blue or something. But still, pretty exciting. Kesket. I think Kesket might be going in the Shirei deck. 1 power, sacrifices creatures. Sure. But Sangir the Dark Baron. Now, how did I get this? I thought this was only like a promo or something. Oh, there's another art that's only available as a promo. This is the normal art. Right. Okay. Well, this guy's cool. I think the professor was talking this guy down the other day, saying these, you know, I'm so happy that we have a new Sangir, but I wish he was good. You know, I could try to argue that he's good. Might be kind of wasting my breath, but I like him. I don't think he's bad. Okay, then we got a foil Gift of Paradise, but whatever. Moving on. I've got like a whole sorting tray up here, and I'm not bothering to sort these right now. I'll sort them later. Briarblade Adept. Ooh, these have little like dings in the corners. You'll probably see them when the light hits it just right. Yeah, it's weird. Oh well, it's just the first one. And that's a common. Dragon Egg. In fact, I've heard before that they intentionally pack these packs with a common in the front and a token in the back, or an ad card in the back, because the front and back card are the most likely to get damaged. So it sandwiches the more valuable cards away from the outside. That's probably smart, just in case. You never know. Wizards, manufacturing process should be pretty good. Usually isn't a problem, but occasionally. And you never know in shipping. Anything can happen in shipping. Amorphous Axe, Vow of Torment. Okay, this one's interesting. So they decided they were going to reprint all the vows from the original Commander set, but the Black Vow gave Intimidate, and they don't really do Intimidate anymore. So they decided they'd make Vow of Torment instead. It's exactly the same. It gives Menace instead of Intimidate. And that's great because I play all the vows and the what's it called? Impetuses in my black-red Xancha deck. So this gives me another different vow that I can play in addition to those other ones. It might be getting a little crowded with vows, but they're good on Xancha. They're good on other creatures that would otherwise come at me while I'm defenseless, because Xancha is one of my few creatures. So I like Vow of Torment a lot. We'll definitely play it. Oh, 3 visits. That's so nice. This is another one I really would like to have an extended art or a foil or something. But I'm definitely going to be playing this in a couple of my decks that do the whole turn 2 land ramp thing. Definitely got a couple like that. And this card was so expensive. It was over $100. And it's just Nature's Lore. It's exactly the same as Nature's Lore, but just was only in Portal 3 Kingdoms, so it was $100 and something. And now I'm hearing it's like a couple. It's like 1 or 2 or something. I don't know. So that's fine. That's good. Oh, and Command Beacon. Okay, so tap, sacrifice it, put your commander into your hand from the command zone. So if the commander text gets too high, you can do this. I don't currently play this in, I think, any decks, but I also don't think that I had one, because it came in like just a certain commander deck back a couple years ago, and I didn't get that one. But now I have it, so I'm probably going to play it in some stuff. I'm going to brainstorm what decks it would be best in, but we'll see. Numa Jaraga Chieftain. Alright, cares about counters. Might play in the Elf Ball deck. Miara, Thorn to the Glade. Another Black Elf. She, another elf dies. He may pay 1 and a life. Draw a card. I mean, for 2 mana, that's not bad. Okay, another etched foil, and it's another red goblin. Well, it's an uncommon. It's Breaches, so I doubt that I'm going to play Breaches anyway. I still don't think I'm going to play it, but cool to add to my collection. Someone else may want it. Whenever 1 or more pirates you control deal damage to your opponents, exile the top card of each of your opponent's libraries. Oh, I remember this one. I also, when I heard that pirates were coming back in a big way in Commander Legends, I designed a pirate that did that, because I saw the Rogues deck had just come out for Zendikar Rising, and it was like encouraging people to attack, but in order to mill. And I was like, well, pirates should be doing something similar, encouraging lots of little creatures to attack, because there's a lot of them with flying and stuff. But there should be some other reward for attacking besides milling. And this is basically what I came up with. You steal spells by casting them off the top of your opponent's libraries. There we go. Honestly, it's a pretty good card, especially with partner. You can partner with another blue pirate or something, and then you got a good pirate deck. So, it's not bad. I just wasn't planning on doing the whole pirate thing. Face Fetters used to be one of my favorite cards, but now it's a little clunky at 4 mana. Siren Storm Tamer, that's a good pirate. Patron of the Valiant. 5 mana, enter the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, +1/+1 counter on it. Awkward. An Immaculate Magistrate going in the Elf Ball deck if I actually built it, which I probably won't. I don't know. It's a good card, and I think it's maybe the first time it's been reprinted since the original set it was in. It might have been in a pre-con at one point. Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty. I don't know. I like more Nagas. That's cool, but I don't know. It doesn't have Partner, and it's a 5-mana 3/1. It cascades, but I don't know. Oh yeah, Ghost of Ramirez de Pietro. I like that they bring back Ramirez, the original pirate in Commander. So that's nice. Court Street Denizen is the foil. Tapping creatures, whatever. Prismatic Piper. Okay. Alright. How many have we got left here? We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 packs left out of the... How many did I start with? 32? 36? Something? I don't know. That would make for a bigger box than normal, but... I don't know. Whatever. Soul's Might. Crow of Dark Tidings. Blah, blah, blah. Visionary. It's nice. Oh, I saw foil sneaking out there. Flashback Marauder. Raise the Alarm. Love that Finned Hornells. Love to see an extended art or a foil of that later. Murder. Path of Ancestry. By the way, obviously, I think like most other people, I'm really looking forward to getting a Jeweled Lotus. If I can get a Jeweled Lotus, that would be amazing. Also, Mana Drain, Vampiric Tutor, you know, the big numbers, the big prices. I like Reclamation Sage and I play it, but I already have enough for all of my decks, so... Court of Cunning. Okay. A blue card that draws cards, crazy, and they made it the cheapest out of all of them, so, wonder if blue is, like, already doing good at drawing cards. But then it mills, and... any number of target players each mill, 2, or if you have the Monarchy, 10. So I actually do like a lot that this can be used milling your opponents or milling yourself. Love that flexibility, because some blue decks do one, some blue decks do the other. Nice to have the option. Hamza, big ol' elephant warrior. I think he's pretty cool. Iktekik. You know what? I don't understand why there's a green... Artificer. I don't understand why there's a he's Phyrexian. He's from New Phyrexia, and he's partnering with somebody. So I don't totally understand, but he might be kind of good. I would like to brainstorm a Golem tribal deck with him and somebody else that makes more sense for artifact creatures, and see if it's any good. It's probably not, but maybe. You never know. Hard to know off the top of your head. You got to see what golems are out there. Skyraker Giant, pretty boring giant, and a soldier token. Okay. All right, Boarding Party, cool. Reminds me of Return to the Obra Dinn. I played that recently. I keep getting it stuck in my mind, like, oh, I should go back and play more Obra Dinn, but it's like, I beat it. There's no more. Scrounging Bandar, the Cat Monkey, Moss Diamond, the least useful diamond. Seraph of Dawn, Perfect Prism, Thirst for Knowledge is alright. Feast of Succession, beautiful, beautiful Seb McKinnon art. I'm not sure if I'll play it, maybe because the Monarchy. I'm not sure if I'll play it. Someone suggested playing this in Xancha recently, actually. And it is a partial board wipe that will keep Xancha around because Xancha's a 5/5. Makes you the Monarch, draws me cards. Might seriously play it. Armored Sky Hunter. Now, this card is sick. A Cat Knight. So, I know someone likes cats and will be interested in the Cat Knight. But also... it cares about auras and equipment, and lets you look at the top 6 cards of your library to find one. And then, what does it do? Let's see. If an equipment is put onto the... oh yeah, puts it onto the battlefield and can equip it for free. And there's a 4-mana 3/3 flyer that does all that. This card is sick as hell. You're playing Cat Tribal, you're playing Equipment Tribal, you're playing Aura Tribal. This guy is so good. Guy, lady, I think it's a lady actually. It's so good. I think I'm probably going to have to trade that to somebody. Brinelin. It's alright. Yurlok of the Scorch Thrash. This is another one that I've been strongly considering. I've seen a lot of other talented people online be interested in playing this guy, but I guess if I don't know any people in person who are doing it, maybe I do it. Because I do like decks that are kind of diplomatic, where I like, oh, you get to draw all these cards, oh, here's some free creatures, and oh, I'm making your creatures bigger, but just don't use them against me. And eventually it'll come back to bite you. But yeah, this deck will make you a lot of mana, but can you spend that mana? And what's that? You can spend it on this activated ability. Well, I'm going to destroy that thing. Now can you spend that mana? So maybe I will... Oh. Maybe I will do that. So that's going in a deck. Foil Rings of Bright Hearth. That might still be like $60 or something. That's nice. Yeah, so I'm definitely cutting the Rings of Bright Hearth I have in my Kiki Jiki deck right now for the foil rings. Woo! Okay, well that is the best pull that I've got so far. I've still got 6 packs left. I'm still really hoping for Jeweled Lotus. Look, I honestly think the card is kind of a mistake. I don't think they should have done it. It increases the variance on games a lot. In terms of like which game is going to be the one that you just get the most sick start possible, like a Soul Ring or a Mana Crypt or whatever does. But then it's only for your commander, so it always does the same thing in your deck. It always gets Urza, it always gets Grand Arbiter, Augustin, whatever on the first turn. So in the decks that are already good, it makes them over the top insane. Like competitive EDH, they're just going to be some non-games where it's like, well, I got my commander out on turn 1 and then I won on turn 2. Or I just won on turn 1. Urza could do it. And then in non-competitive decks, people slip that in and then they make themselves the arch enemy right off the bat because they get out their commander way earlier. Is that going to cause them to win? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not in a more casual game, but that's not going to be a super fun game because the person who got it is going to be excited because they're going to be like, oh, I'm way ahead. I can get my commander way early. And then everyone's going to beat them down. Because if they don't, they lose. So I don't think that makes for fun games. Arcane Signet. Good that they are printing more of this. I really want to get a foil one or a full art one. That'd be really awesome. I played in a lot of decks. Almost all. I don't think I played in all of them, but a lot of them. Ordeal of Nylea is alright. Necrotic Hex. What the heck are you? 7 mana sorcery. Already I'm not into it. Each player sacrifices 6 creatures. Okay, that's kind of funny. You create 6 tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. I don't know. I don't know. We got a unicorn. A rare unicorn. Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn. So now we have another unicorn commander. People will have their choice. This one has lifelink. And at the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters among any number of other target creatures. Oh, okay, so the other unicorn commander was like a blink commander. And this one's like a life gain commander. This one honestly makes so much more sense for unicorns, especially in Magic. Because most unicorns in Magic gain life. So that's sweet. And how many rares are in this pack? They're like Necrotic Hex. I understand you're not super hyped about it. How about rare number 2, Lathiel? Still not excited? How about rare number 3, Gen Arcanum Weaver, who looks like a really cool commander. I don't know that I'm going to build him. I'm probably not. But really cool. Opens up a lot of options. And now that I've got a foil Feast of Succession, I think I have to play it in my Xantcha deck. Once again, what I said. Non-foil version of a card, that's neat. If I needed one, I'll play it. Foil version of a card, I have to force it. have to play it. Ooh, coming up on the 1 hour mark. It's my first time recording a longer video on this phone, so about to find out what happens when it hits an hour, and it just rolls over fine like nothing happened. Excellent. Hope the storage on this thing's good for it. We'll find out. Today's a test run of a new camera, new phone, new stand, new computer to edit it all on. So this is exciting. Lightning Rig Crew, that's a good pirate. Volcanic Torrent. I don't know what to play that in. Ember Wild Captain. That's a Jin pirate. 4 mana, 4/2, enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Love red cards that make you the monarch so you draw cards. Whenever an opponent attacks while you're the monarch, Ember Wild Captain deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand. That's exciting. Imagine playing that in like a red-blue deck or something, or red-white deck, where you become the monarch, you start drawing cards, and then you really mess them up. You put lots of cards in their hands, Temple Bells and stuff like that, Mikokoro. Really discourage them from attacking while you are the monarch. But while someone else is the monarch, get hit. Oh, hey, and we got the Shadowcat Familiar Falthus. I know somebody who wants the Shadowcat Familiar Falthus, so this is probably going to be up for trade. Not super duper strong, but we were thinking about playing it with a Chroma, where commanders you control will have Menace and Death Touch. So a Chroma will gain Menace and Death Touch, which are potentially useful things she does not already have. And Falthus will also have Menace, Death Touch, and Partner, meaning it'll get +3/+3. So we'll have those two like relevant combat abilities, plus being a 5/5. That's maybe one of the better options for Falthus to go with a Chroma. Oh, it's an uncommon, so I guess I'll put it over here. And then we got Blim. I could talk all day about Blim, but he's evil Zedru. I have been thinking about building a Zedru deck for a long time, but I realize it's probably going to be like 50% the same as the Xancha deck that I'm already playing. It's about like making my opponents attack each other and stuff. Maybe not 50% the same, maybe like 25% the same. And I kind of don't want to have two black and red decks, but Xancha's currently my favorite deck. So, Blim, if I would play him, I would love him. He'd be great. But I'm just not at that stage in my life right now. Okay, still hoping for one of the big hits. One of the big hits. Make this all worthwhile. That's not it. Blade Griff Prototype? No, that's not it. It's okay. It's interesting. I might play it in something. Jury, you're cool. You gotta make someone very happy, but Navinral, that's cool. That's cool. I don't know if I have as much to say about Navinral right now. I've talked a lot. I'm getting a little talked out. But classic lore character. Navinral's disc goes all the way back to Alpha, the very beginning of Magic. And of course everyone knows by now, I think that's just Larry Niven backwards. The author, Larry Niven. If not, congratulations, you're the last to hear about it. But it's, and you know what? Actually, getting a closer look here at the art, you see on his chest is the disc. He's wearing it like a necklace, like Flava Flav or something. All right. Sears Lantern for Exian Ragers, okay. Fiery Cannonades, good for Popper, I hear. There it is now. Vow of Duty, cool. Cast them. Red War Gear. Austere Command. This is a nice card. I love Austere Command. I played in a lot of decks, but I have all the real copies of it I need, so I'm actually good on Austere Commands. Tormod the Desecrator. That's cool. Might play him in a deck. I don't know. Galandra, Collar of Wirewood. Not sure what I'll do with her. I don't know. Foil Foundry Inspector. Okay. Down to the last two. I'm very worried. I really wanted one of these Lotuses. I don't need Vampire Tutor. I've got one, but it would be nice. I don't need Scroll Rack. I've got one, but gosh, it'd be nice. I'd like to have more than one. Have more than one deck that could use it. I'd like to have Staff of Domination. I play it in something. But more than anything, wanted that Jeweled Lotus. And the odds of me getting it are decreasing fast. Appearance Perfect is neat. Elvis Dreadlord is neat. Rebecca, I like you from the stories. Archelos. Okay, I'm actually, you know what? I'm suddenly okay with this whole box. Because Archelos is one of the commanders I was most interested in building around. He's the slow but steady turtle who wins the race. And I just love the idea of whenever he's tapped, all permanent center tapped. Whenever he's untapped, all permanent center untapped. That's so cool. I have so many ideas for what to do with that. I can play so many bad cards and make them good. And I can watch all my opponent's good cards get bad. The trick is, do I play it with stasis effects so they can't untap? Whoo, maybe. Maybe. And I got a cool as hell Opal Palace foil. That's awesome. That's definitely going in a deck. I play Opal Palace in a couple of decks. That's awesome. And we are on to the last draft booster pack that I have of Commander Legends. I still have a collector's booster box. I can get the blingiest of blings, the most exciting things. But this was my bulk. This was the numbers. This was where I thought I would get the most opportunities of getting rares and mythics and stuff. And, well... and also a lot of foils and a lot of the commons that are being reprinted and stuff. So, and some of the new things. Core Cartographer, like it. Rupture Spire, not as much. Interesting. Might play that in something. I don't know. Demonic Lore. I've heard some people think this is cool. It probably is. Monstrous Onslaught. Sphinx of the Second Sun. That's awesome. Okay, this was a guy who I was very excited about. I mean, sure, 8 mana for a 6/6 flyer, but at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you get an additional beginning phase. Another untap, upkeep, and draw late in your turn. That's crazy. That does so much stuff. There's so many combos with that, and not even necessarily like, oh, I just win the game because I take infinite steps, or because there are a couple ways of doing that maybe, but just you get to untap before you pass your turn. That's untapping all your lands, by the way. That's like kind of Seedborn Muse. It's Wilderness Reclamation on a 6/6 flyer. Upkeep triggers. You draw an extra card. It draws you a card every turn. There's so much this does. I love it. Alharu, don't really care. Aralmi, that's cool. I think Aralmi is really good. Just giving Encore to random stuff in your graveyard. That's very powerful. Gray Merchant, Massacre Worm and stuff. And then Supernatural Stamina, Foil. Okay. Well, so didn't get the Lotus. I may end up doing like a price breakdown of everything that I got here. Honestly, in terms of like sheer finances, there's Rings, Foil. That's got to be the number one. And is Krark foil etched worth anything? I don't know. A Chroma worth a little something maybe? Other Rings of Brighthearth. That's pretty much the money that I got out of here. So did this break even? I don't think it did. But I still did get a lot of cool stuff that I was looking for. And, you know, I think people underestimate also like trade fodder. Granted, we're not really in a world anymore where we can go to your local game shop and just casually trade with a bunch of strangers regularly anymore. But we'll get back to that world someday, probably. And, you know, you can trade them into stores. You could sell them extra cards. It's nice to also just have commons that maybe you're not using today, but maybe a year from now, that awesome turtle commander comes out that cares about turtles, and you're like, oh, where's my old turtle card? And now you've got it. I've got a big old collection that goes back years. I like having a collection that's deep like that. So, and it's just fun to open packs. As long as you're not getting like ripped off, as long as you have reasonable expectations, as long as you aren't like, I have $200 to my name and I spent 3/4 of it on packs. No, as long as you're not breaking your bank and you're spending what you can reasonably afford to, just like with any other kind of gambling, then opening packs is fun. It's sometimes rewarding. It's always rewarding in some way. Sometimes profitable, but I had a good time. I hope you did too. I'm going to shut this one down, and I'll take a little break, and then I'll record the Commander Legends Collector's Booster, where I hope that I get some of the things I'm missing from here. I didn't get any of the rare lands. The lands that come in untapped if you have two or more than two players. I didn't get any of those. I need lots of those. They better be in here. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so did not make out the best, but that's going to be played. And I drew another number of other things I'm going to play. So in any case, I'm going to take a little break. I'll record the other one later. Hope you have a great day and have fun playing Magic.